Welcome back to Trouble with Tish. I am Tish and I be Trouble. And right now we're being troubled with another sample fest.
Troubles on the mind, hands around your throat, out in open waters trying to stay afloat. Remember to forget the future and the past.
Alright, so sample fest. We're going to put together a few foundation samples. Today's sample is Glossier Stretch Fluid Foundation. And we have Very Deep 4, Deep 4, Medium Tan 3, Medium Tan 4, Light 1, and Very Light 1. So we will figure out what shade we are in that. Probably we'll go with the light one. Alright, so Sephora has this for $34 for 1 ounce or 30 mils. It looks like there are 32 shades. And what they have to say about it, let's see. A hydrating gel cream foundation that nourishes skin for buildable light to medium coverage with natural to you finish. Squalane and glycerin to hydrate and nourish skin's moisture barrier. Wild roseberry and plankton extract to visibly balance, shine, and maintain hydration. Amino acid coated pigments to fuse with skin for flexible coverage and natural to you finish. Free of parabens, formaldehydes, formaldehyde releasing agents, phthalates, mineral oil, retinol palmitate, oxybenzone, coal tar, hydroquinone, sulfates, SLS and SLES, triclocarbon, triclosan, and contains less than 1% of synthetic fragrance. Is also vegan and cruelty-free. Alright, so I am thinking that this light shade here is going to be the best for us. Alright, for this side of my face I have a dampened AOA beauty sponge. For this side of my face I have the IT brushes for Ulta. This is the Airbrush Blurring Foundation brush in number 101. And that is for this side. Alright, so this is how we're going to show consistency. So, not too thin. Alright, we have some light coverage. I like the finish of the sponge. Now we're going to go in with the brush. We have slightly more coverage with the brush. I'm going to build up just a little bit of coverage on this side here. And I'm going to tamp it out with the beauty sponge. All right, now the last time I used one of these little samples, I was able to get a couple of uses out of it. This one looks like maybe 2 uses and it's going to be kaput. All right, let me zoom you in and you can see what we are working with. All right, so we're looking perfectly fine. It is clinging just slightly to a bit of dryness around my mouth and between my eyes. But the finish is nice. It's a great shade match from what I can tell. And yeah, so let me apply the rest of my face and I will come back and let you know how the rest of it applied. All right, for my eyes, I used the Hoola bronzer as well as the Glam Shop shade Goldsmith. For my bronzer, I used the AOA Studio Venetian Romance Creamy Bronzer in Palace. For my blush, I used the Moira Love Heat Cream Blush in I Miss You. Highlight is Nomad Stockholm Midnight Sun. Top lash is Milk Makeup Cush Waterproof Mascara. And bottom lash is the Zeesea Slender Z Mascara. Lashes are AOA Studio in Scarlet. For my tight line, I use the ColourPop Cream Gel Liner in Swerve. And for my waterline, I used the ColourPop Cream Gel Liner in CRSSD Creased. My lip is just the Basic Beauty lip liner in Latte. The powder I used was the Kosas Cloud Set in Feathery. My primer was the Watermelon Burst Hydrating. Also, I set my face with the Catrice Prime and Fine Dewy Glow Fixing Spray. And I believe that is it. Alright, so the foundation is bunched up just slightly between my eyes. It is separated on my deepest wrinkles over here. I have tried to tap it out. It doesn't seem to be working. It is bunched up just slightly by this nostril, but not by this one. But otherwise, it looks nice on my face. Conversational distance, you can't see any of that. So from conversational distance, it just looks pretty. I will check in a few and we will show you what it looks like in natural lighting, and then I will come back later on tonight and we will see how it has worn. Alright, so this is what we are looking like right now. That is our shade match. It is pretty decent. I'm having, so as you notice, I've lost coverage right around my mouth, and that's because I had to wolf down a whole salad in like 3 minutes, and I'm not a meat eater to begin with, so we've lost coverage around our lips. We look like we have popsicle mouth. It is crawling into fine lines, and it's polka dotty. I don't know if I can. It's like polka dot pores on my chin, so that's not nice. And it doesn't seem to want to play nice with my lines. So there's that. But from conversational distance, if you're not really paying attention, no one's gonna notice. But I do. And it's not looking great up close, but yeah. Alright, I will check back in later and we will see how it wears for the rest of the day. Alright, Glossier Stretch Fluid Foundation. It's not looking so hot around my nose or around my mouth. It's very polka dotty. It's clung on my chin. It's kind of clung on to pores, but not anywhere else. I've lost coverage on my nose, on my chin, around my mouth. Nose, chin, kind of normal for me. My blush, bronzer, highlight, fully intact. But let me zoom you in and you can see what we're looking at. All right, it's clinging between my eyes right here. It's kind of dry right here. And yes, those are my wrinkles, but it's kind of caked up around my nose. I don't know if you can see the polka dotty way it is on my chin and around my mouth. But it's not looking amazing close up. All right, so conversational distance though, it doesn't look bad. It's not really, I can't really feel it on my face. So there's that. It is 10:25, which makes this 11.5 hours of wear time. So I guess we're not looking so bad. A conversational distance, it does look pretty. I would be comfortable with having this be my foundation for work. I don't think anybody's looking closely enough to see any of the things I'm seeing. I don't know that, given that I have other foundations, that I would go out and purchase this. I have other foundations I like that don't do this. But if this was the only foundation I had, I wouldn't have a problem using it. So I guess I'm kind of in the middle. I wouldn't go out and purchase this, but if I had it, I would use it and I wouldn't have an issue with using it. If it was the only foundation I had, I wouldn't go out of my way to buy a different foundation to replace it until it was gone. It's not a horrible foundation, but since I have other foundations, I'm not going to go out and spend the money on this one. And that's kind of where I'm at with this. And if I ran out of all of my other foundations, I wouldn't go and pick this one up. I would just pay the money to pick up one of the other ones. I mean, Joa is $11 and it's beautiful. So I'd probably pick that up actually. And I'll always have House Labs on hand. As long as they sell it, I'm gonna keep buying it because that stuff is beautiful. But yeah, I would say it's not bad, but it's not amazing. It's not rocking my world, but it's not bad. So I don't know how else to put that. All right, I'm obviously tired. It's way past my bedtime. So I'm going to go wash my face and turn in for the night. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. I hope every single one of you has an absolutely amazing day. And I will see you all next time. Bye. Alright, today we are continuing our sample fest with the Saie Slip Tint Broad Spectrum SPF 35 Tinted Moisturizer. And that is what the component would look like. I have obviously a sample. It's Sample Fest. Alright, so a full size of this is 1.35 ounces or 40 mils. There are 14 shades. It sells for $36. It says, Sephora says, a lightweight tinted moisturizer with 100% non-nano mineral zinc oxide broad spectrum SPF 35 and packed with a blend of nourishing and hydrating ingredients for sheer dewy coverage. Notable ingredients: licorice, brightening extract that helps protect from discoloration after sun exposure. Jojoba ester provides moisturization and leaves skin nourished but not greasy. Pansy flower works with hyaluronic acid to help skin absorb and retain moisture. Sounds good to me. All right, it says to apply with a brush or fingertips. So no dampened beauty sponge today. So I'm going to do fingertips on this side and brush on this side. We're using the Joa Ultimate Blender brush. All right, so the shades I have here are 3, 6, and 8. And I think that my best bet is 3, because 6, here we go, 3 is here, and 6 is here. So yeah, and they're just in little sachets. All right, since it is a tinted moisturizer, I am not going to be priming my face. I have used a moisturizer this morning for skincare. Going to kind of squeeze it around in this little sachet because I don't know how well it stayed mixed in there. Am I going to get anything out of this? That is really thick. That is the consistency. It feels weird applying. With fingertips. Okay, we are getting a little bit of coverage here. It feels very weird. All right, I'm going to try the brush now. All right, we have extremely light coverage. I am going to kind of pounce over with the dampened beauty sponge. I just enjoy the finish just a little bit more. All right, so let me zoom you in and you can see what we are working with. All right, so it's very dewy, very glowy. Very, very, very light coverage. And like it says, it is definitely a tinted moisturizer. But it does even out the skin tone just enough that it kind of looks nice. It adds a nice dewiness to the complexion. It's not sat down, however, so we shall see. I'm going to give this a minute to soak in a little bit and kind of acclimate to my skin, and then I'm going to apply the rest of my face, and I will come back and let you know how that applied. All right, so what did I use? I used, for my eye look, I used the Ciate London, the Velvet palette. For my highlight, my inner corner highlight, and my brow bone highlight, I used the Alloy Cheek Duo from Natasha Denona, and I used just the highlight side. For bronzer, I used the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. For blush, I used the Hank & Henry Cream Mousse Lip, Eyes, and Cheeks. And it is very purple. I set my face with the Kosas Cloud Set in Feathery. For my eyeliner, I used the ColourPop Raw Beauty Christie in Woodsy. For my upper lashes, I used the e.l.f. Lash It Out Loud Volumizing Mascara. And for the bottom lash, I used the Zeesea Slender Mascara. For my lip, I used the e.l.f. It's a lip stain and it's in Power Mauve. That is the shade. And I primed my eyes with the MAC Paint Pot in Soft Ochre. And for setting spray, I used the ABH Dewy Set. Alright, so my makeup has applied beautifully. It's a nice soft look kind of day. This is kind of my version of the no makeup look. I know. It looks like makeup. It's my version of it. It's my story, let me tell it. Alright, I will come back later on when I pick my son up with the daylight check-in. I guess that's what I'll call it, daylight check-in. And I will update you at that time. So far, it is looking beautiful on my skin. So I am very happy that that is the thing. And yeah, so crush fingers. Alright, so this is what our shade match is looking like. It looks pretty good. The wear of this is really nice. I've got marks from my sunglasses. I wear sunglasses like all the time because I have migraines. And it helps to protect my little peepers from the sun. Even though there's no sun, there's still overcast skies and I can get a migraine from the brightness of the clouds. Isn't that fun? It looks like it is wearing really well. I do have a little coverage lost around my nose and also on my chin. These are usually the usual suspects, but other than that, it is looking really pretty. My husband commented on it and he said it looked really nice, and if my husband's saying something, then you know, I feel like it must look better than normal because yeah. So this is what is going on. Excuse the noise. My check engine light just came on, so this is fun. I get to go to the parts store and plug in my car and find out what else has gone wrong with my car. This is just a bunch of fun I'm dealing with today. So parts store, then grocery store, then home, cook dinner, and then later on tonight I'm taking Renee's son to work. So yeah, it's a busy day, and I've spent all day either filming or editing. So right now I am working on the end of March's videos, and it is February something, middle of February. So I'm trying to get ahead of schedule. I'm trying to keep ahead of schedule. It's working so far, but yeah. Oh, I didn't put any concealer on, but underneath my eyes, it was looking especially nice today. So putting this under my eyes is a good thing. It's plumping up whatever we got going on down there. Anyways, I will see you back later this evening to check in and see how it has worn for the rest of the day. Alright, it is 10:17, so it's been a little over 12 hours for this wear test. It still looks beautiful. I've been kind of not wanting to like this one. I'm on a no-buy, And so wanting a foundation that looks this good, it's going to be really hard to not spend money on it. Especially when my husband's telling me, you look really good today, babe. Your makeup looks really nice. Like, it's glowy. It's really pretty. I'm just like, I can't compliment my makeup and then, you know, make me want to buy it when we're tightening the belt straps. All right, so let me zoom you in and you can see what I see. All right. It has not crawled into fine lines. My blush, bronzer, and highlight are fully intact. I have lost coverage on my nose. And of course on my chin, a little bit around my mouth. That's normal. It is not clinging to any dry spots in between my brows. And it just looks good. So I'm gonna have to buy some. Not now, obviously, but she on my list. Saie Slip Tint. This stuff is amazing. And I can't wait to be able to buy some. I'm so excited. Something to look forward to. This is so beautiful. It is glowy. It is everything that I would want in my face makeup. And like, this is up there with my House Labs. Like, neck and neck. Different coverage, different finish, but equally as beautiful. And it's even catching my husband's attention, and he doesn't really care about my makeup. He just kind of was like, oh yeah, you look nice. Whatever. You know? But he's never, like, commented on my foundation. So it's really weird to me. But, yeah, I'm definitely going to be buying some. Anyways, I hope this helps somebody. Probably spent money, but you know. Maybe you don't like glowy. Maybe you don't like the finish. I don't know. It might not be for you. Alright, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, I hope every single one of you has an absolutely amazing day. And I will see you all next time. Bye. Alright, we are on our last sample for this installment of Sample Fest. We have the Yummy Skin Serum Foundation from Danessa Myriks. We have 6 shades to choose from. We have 3P, 5G, 7N, 12W, 18G, 22N. Now on this card it shows me 26 shades. Sephora only has 16 shades, so I don't know why that would be. This retails for $36 for 1.58 ounces or 45 mils. A hydrating and smoothing skincare infused skin tint that provides light coverage and a skin-like radiant finish. Light coverage, radiant finish, liquid formulation. Highlighted ingredients: vegan collagen peptides to visibly smooth skin texture and plump fine lines, ceramides to strengthen, care for, and protect the skin's barrier, and cactus extract is an antioxidant booster that hydrates and soothes. Free of parabens, formaldehydes, formaldehyde releasing agents, phthalates, mineral oil, retinol palmitate, oxybenzone, coal tar, quinone sulfates, SLS and SLES, triclocarbon, triclosan, and contains less than 1% synthetic fragrance. It is also vegan, gluten-free, and cruelty-free. What else do you need to know? Our yummy skin serum tint visibly smooth skin while supercharging your skin with nourishing ingredients. This product includes 16 flexible shades that are optimized to address redness and unevenness for all skin tones. So according to Sephora, we have 16 shades. However, it's showing me 26 on the card. So I'm not really sure why that would be. Either way, I think I'm going to try out the 7N. If that is too dark, I will mix it with some of this 5G to lighten it a bit. I have a dampened AOA beauty sponge for this side and the BK Beauty 101 brush for this side. I have already primed my face with the Ciate Dewy Skin Vitamin C Glass Glow Primer. I have glitter flecks, sparkle flecks all over my face at this point. Not too happy about it, but it is from fallout from the palette I'm using. I think I'm gonna have to mix in a little bit of that other shade. You'll have to excuse my son. He is in there talking to his friends. He has the day off. And well, I told him to be quiet. He don't want to be quiet. So now he gets to sound like a dork on my videos. Alright, we have the 5G and the 7N. It's gonna have to work. Alright, and then we're just gonna put it all over the face because I don't have time to yeah. Alright, so dampened beauty sponge on this side. It's got quite a bit of coverage, even with the sponge. So let's check out the brush side. I mean, I feel like the coverage is more sparse and more splotchy with the brush, so I'm going to go in with the sponge. No big deal. That's how I normally do it. Alright, so I do not wear a 7N, but it's looking like I don't also wear a 5G, so probably somewhere around the 6. Alright, so let me zoom you in and you can see what I am looking at. Alright, immediately what I'm seeing is it's clinging to some dryness between my eyes. Looks great on the forehead though. Even around the eyes it looks pretty decent. It is clinging to some dryness on my nose. This might warm up to my face. It is not accentuating any texture, crawling into any fine lines. It is looking pretty decent other than the clinging to the dryness straight off. So it is 10:45 right now. Alright, I will be back after I've applied the rest of my face to let you know how the makeup applied. Alright, let's go through the makeup really quickly. For my eye primer, I use the MAC Paint Pot in Soft Ochre. For my face primer, I use the Ciate London Dewy Skin Vitamin C Glass Glow Primer. For my eye look, I use the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Thirsty Palette. My eyeliner in my tight line is the Avon True Color Glimmer Stick in Blackest Night. And in my waterline, it is the ColourPop Cream Gel Liner in Overboard. My eyebrows are Real Her Defining Brow Pencil in I Am Inspiring. My top lashes, the L'Oreal Telescopic Lift Mascara. It does not lift, at least my eyelashes. It covers the eyelashes very well, but there's no lift in it. I curled these bitches 3 times. They don't want to stand up. They're going to stay where they are. They've chosen their place and they're going to stay there. So my bottom lashes, the Zeesea Slender Mascara. I really enjoy this mascara. Not so much for the mascara, but the wand is amazing. Alright. Then for bronzer and contour, I use the Appeal Sculpt 12 Universal Face Palette. I used these 2 middle shades here. Not a fan of this shade, but this shade is quite nice. Alright, for blush, I use the AOA Venetian Romance Creamy Blush in Cake. For my highlighter, I use the Classy Cakes highlighter, and the shade is Debutawn. I also use that for my inner corner highlight. And for my face powder, I use the Hard Candy Chilling Wonder Sheer Envy Loose Powder. And for my setting spray, I used the CAB Hydrating Setting Mist, but that did not do what I wanted it to do. It's fine for a setting mist, but it didn't make anything glowy. I want glowy today. So I went with the Catrice Illuminating Prime and Fine Dewy Glow Fixing Spray. And on my lips, I have the e.l.f. Lip. It's a stain gloss, and it is in Power Mauve. The makeup applied fine. I did have one problem with the contour when I tried to swipe with my brush. I normally have no problems with that, but it took off the foundation. So tap, 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 tap is the way to go with this. It is still a little bit, I mean, I set it with powder, it's still a little bit tacky. I imagine I'm going to have to fight with cat hairs all day. It has not seemed to warm up to my face, but it's had plenty of time. And on my nose, it is looking rather poorly. It's bunching up and polka dotting on pores, and maybe I can tap it in. Give it a little tappy tap. And that did not help. Alright, well, it is what it is. I'm not really going anywhere, and I don't have to pick my son up today, so I don't actually have to go out in public like this. So, if it's bad, it's bad. If it's good, it's good. We shall find out. I will see you later on for a daylight check-in. Hopefully, it kind of brightens up a little bit. We are quite overcast, but, you know, a daylight check-in we shall have. Alright. And then later on, I will come back and show you how it has worn. So, see you then. Alright, this is what we're looking like in natural lighting. Shade match is okay. My husband's driving. He doesn't watch me record, so I'm a little bit embarrassed. But it's not looking great around my mouth or on my nose. It's bunched up. It's caking. It looks kind of gross. And I have to go to the store, so that's not fun. Yeah, I don't know about this one. I think we'll find out how it wears later, but yeah. That's pretty much it. Alright, so it is 9:11, so 10.5 hours ish. It's not gonna get any better, so I figured I might as well do it now. It's bunched up on my nose, it's bunched up in between my eyes, it's bunched up around my mouth. it looks bad. Let me zoom you in and you can see what I'm looking at. So it is bunched up here, clinging to all the dry spots. It is bunched up all around my nose. It looks so bad. It's caked up around my mouth. It's like flaked off. I don't know why this stupid thing won't focus. I don't know. It looks horrible. Alright, so the Danessa Myriks, the Yummy Skin. That's gonna be a no for me. No. I know lots of people seem to like this, so I wonder what went wrong. I don't know. But I'm not gonna spend the money to try it again, that's for sure. Alright. So this concludes our sample fest. I gotta go wash this off my face. It's driving me crazy. Yeah. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. I hope every single one of you has an absolutely amazing day. And I will see you all next time. Bye.
Troubles on the mind, hands around your throat, out in open waters trying to stay afloat.